matters.
President Barack Obama is pitching his plan to avoid the fiscal cliff and talking to business leaders about it.
Yeah, the president hosting a business roundtable at the White House, but Craig Boswell says neither Democrats nor Republicans seem to be budging.
President Obama hosts a gathering of chief executives to reiterate his stance on how the nation can avoid going over the so-called fiscal cliff.
Let's allow higher rates to go up for the top 2%. That includes all of you, yes.
It's not an easy sell. The Business Roundtable has not always been in the president's corner on taxes and spending. In fact, the question and answer portion of the gathering is closed press.
Yeah, I think the press is, they've probably got enough there.
It's also not an easy day for House Speaker John Boehner, who's facing a backlash from some members of his own party about his counteroffer of $800 billion in new tax revenue. Though the proposal does not raise rates, conservative members are more than skeptical.
We've got to cut spending, and I believe that it's appropriate to put revenues on the table.
The Republican plan also includes about $600 billion in spending cuts to federal health care programs and an increase in the eligibility age for Medicare. Meanwhile, House Democrats are pushing for a vote on a bill that has already passed in the Senate that extends tax cuts for those making $250,000 or less.
Passing the middle income tax cut means the end of holding them hostage for tax cuts for the rich.
President Obama insists he will veto any bill that does not include tax increases on wealthier Americans. House Republicans are meeting with small business owners today looking for private sector support for their proposals. In Washington, Craig Boswell, Fox News.
The White House Office of Management and Budget is preparing to fall off the fiscal cliff. Today, it told the Defense Department to begin planning for it. The Pentagon would face around $55 billion in budget cuts if Congress and the president cannot reach a deal before January. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta says cuts would be devastating to national security. Once again, time for your news and weather together.